Shalom. Before I get started, I'm going to go praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah Ba'ashem, Yahawahshi, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Just the brother of Bakalat Walum. Here with another hopeful edifying lesson for the elect body of Yahawah Ba'ashem, Yahawahshi. I think it's going to be a quick video, basically about how the scripture is written, the Bible is written in parables. And like Yahweh Shai said, well, the disciples asked him, "Why do you speak to them in parables?" Because it says, then the Lord answered, "It is given to because it is given you to know the mysteries of the kingdom, and to them is not given." So that's why that's why the scripture. And I just go and read that at a Matthew chapter 13. That's why the Bible basically is written in parable, and it's written in a way that many don't understand. More or less, it's a code. It's written in code, parables, right? Dark sayings also, right? That's the real reason, because it's not given to but uh, selected a selected few to receive and understand. That's the elect of the nation of Israel. That's why there's a lot of controversy, so to speak, when it comes to the Bible, because it's not given to everyone to understand. This is the book of Matthew 13:10. It says, "The disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given." So the Lord spoke in parables because he know those that heard it will not understand it. That's why the Bible is written, and it's written in a way that everybody is not going to understand, but only the elect of the nation of Israel will understand it. Starting with the prophets, right? That Yahawah has sent the Spirit, the Rakakadash, right? So it's written, and that's why you got all these different denominations, and and like the scripture said, the scripture is not of any private interpretation, right? There's only one understanding of the Bible, which only a few will understand. I'm gonna read this once again. Matthew 13:10. It says, "And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the kingdom, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it is not given, right? For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever have not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see, because they see not, and hear not, neither do they understand. Right? So that's what the Lord said, speaking to them in parable, because seeing they see not, they see what's going on, but they have no understanding. They hear what's happening, but they still don't know what's happening. Neither do they understand what's going on. Neither do they understand, right? 14, it says, and in them is the fulfilled, and in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah or Isaiah, which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive, right? For this people is wax growth. This people is wax gross, and they hear, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed. Lest at any time they shall see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and should be converted, and should be healed, and Salakia, and I should Salakia, and I should heal them, right? So it's not given unto them to understand. And that's why this word is written in parables, and more or less is a code, right? And I Googled, why would someone speak? Why would someone speak? I mean, it should say in code to someone else. It says on whatever. It says someone speaks code. Someone speaks in code to another person to convey secret messages, right? It's secret messages, just like the scripture just said. It is given unto you. Matthew 13 and 11. It says, and he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them is not given. So why the Lord Yahawahshi is speaking in code? Also, so other prophets, they spoke parables. It says, someone speaks in code to another person to convey secret messages. It's a secret message only for you to understand, right? Because, like, the apostles said before, if the Bible was uh, plain and blunt in what it means, they would have been banned the Bible, right? Like if Babylon the Great was America and this, that, and the third, for example, it was plainly written that way, they would have been banned the Bible. So it's not written that way. It's written in a code that only the elect, written in parables, dark sayings, which only the elect will understand, right? It says someone speaks in code to another person to convey secret messages, express nuisance feelings others might not understand, fit in with a certain group, right? Fit in with a certain group, avoid stereotypes, or adapt their communication for professional or social advantage, right? It says a practice known as code switching, a practice known as code switching. This can involve using specific jargon, accents, slang, or even entirely different languages to hide meaning, con- connect deeply, or navigate different cultural contexts, ranging from intentional privacy to subconscious habit, right? So basically, it's written to convey a secret message. That's why it's written. So I think I just got the definition of parable. It says a parable. It says a simple story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson as told by Yahawahshi in the Gospels, right? It says an allegory. Allegory. It says a story, poem, or picture that can be interpreted or revealed. A story, poem, or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral or political one, right? So it's a secret. It's only given to a few. He was talking to the disciples. It's given unto you to know the secrets of the kingdom of heaven. Unto them is not given. It's written in gold. It is the book of Psalm 78, verse 1. It says, "Give ear, O my people, to my law. Incline your ears to the words of my mouth. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old, right? Which we have heard and known, and our fathers have told us, right? So these children of Israel, right? Pertaining to the children of Israel. Verse 2 again, it says, I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old. So what is this dark sayings? Right? These words, the dark sayings. It says a riddle, difficult question, parable, enigmatic, enigmatic sayings or questions, perplexing, perplexing sayings or questions, right? Something difficult to understand. It's difficult for people to understand, right? It's perplexed to them. A riddle, a dark, obscured utterance, right? So it's not given to them. It's not given to all to understand, right? It's not given to everyone to understand. It's precept Daniel 12 and 10. The book of Daniel, chapter 12 and 9, it says that he said, uh, the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 9, and it says, and he said, Go thy way, Daniel, for the words are closed up and sealed to the time of the end, right? So the understanding of the Bible will be sealed into the times of the end. We are in the end times, and now the seals are broken, right? Verse 10, it says, Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand, right? So that's what's going on, right? The wicked will do wickedly, and none of the wicked will understand. That's pertaining to these other nations too, right? They are not given the understanding of the Bible. That's why you got all these different denominations, and these man-made doctrines. But the scripture also says doctrines of devils. You know, that's why you got so many. And Esau, Edom, is the one that got all these different Christian denominations out there. They got a so-called white man. Uh, that's the creator of these different denominations, because they are the wicked, and none of the wicked shall understand. That's why they think the way they do. That's why they say things that the Bible doesn't, uh, that you can't, they can't prove by the Bible. They say things they can't prove by the Bible, and then if they do bring out the Bible, they have a misunderstanding. They have they don't have a complete understanding of it, because it's not given unto them to know the mysteries, the dark sayings of the Bible, right? So that's the reason why the Bible is written in parables, because it's only given to a few, which are the elect of the nation of Israel, to understand. So the video is not meant to be long. I hope it was edifying to the elect. And I'm gonna say, call I am Yahawah Bashem Yahweh Shah Bashem Rakakadah Shalom. Till next time. Yahawah, which means Lord willing, and Wah Habab Abal.